Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, got another drone for you today. This one is pretty cool. This is the Autel Evo Lite Plus. Now, this is a drone that's been out for a while. I think it was introduced about this time last year. However, there's been some significant price reductions that allowed me to purchase one and get out and fly it. When this guy first came out, the premium bundle was over 1,800 bucks, which at the time, you know, might have seemed a little bit expensive. However, when you consider the Mavic 3 was just the base package was over 2,000, you know, not so bad. And what I'm going to tell you is this drone, I believe, kind of fits somewhere between the DJI Air 2S and the Mavic 3. It's not, you know, people try and compare them exactly. None of them are really comparable for a lot of different reasons. However, let's talk about this guy. So I purchased the premium bundle. I was able to pick this guy up for just under $1,100. I see it's available on Amazon right now for like $1,150. You can pick it up on either Autel's website or Autel Pilots or Amazon pretty much for 1,200 bucks, and that's the premium bundle with the bag and extra batteries, etc. Now, I ordered from Autel Pilot, and what they ended up sending me was the standard. I ordered the premium bundle. I ended up with the standard package of the drone, and they included the had to read the front of the box there to remember what they called it, the on-the-go bundle. So it amounts to the same thing. Now, my friend Johnny Drone Flyer ordered the same thing from Autel Pilots. He got it in an all-in-one kit. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you get all the stuff that you paid for. So yeah, a lot of features on this drone. Let's get it out of the box and we can talk about some of the features and what it brings to the table. Okie dokie, let's just open up the standard package first. And this is the first time I'm opening it up, so you guys are seeing it along with me. So so there it is. There is the drone, and right on top of the package is the micro SD card that they promised with it. So you got the drone, you got the controller, and a box of accessories. Let me get them all out of the box here, and we'll take a look. Okay, so remember what we're looking at here is just the standard kit. We'll open up the on-the-go bundle here in a second, and that's what will give you everything that you would get in the premium bundle if you were to order that. So, first impressions, the drone, it's very substantial. It reminds me way more of my Mavic 3 than it does an Air 2S. It's a full-size drone. Secondly, boy oh boy, it is covered in plastic, so there's going to be a lot of plastic to peel off of this guy as we go. But let's unfold it real quick here. The front arms first, and then the rear arms. And yeah, I'm already, well, we might as well just pull that plastic off of there right now. But there's the drone. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very, very substantial. On the bottom here, I see a couple of optical flow sensors. I see a big old LED light, and then some sonic sensors at the top there. So this drone is going to know where it's at in space. Okay, let's talk about the camera on this drone. This big camera hanging off the gimbal here. It does have a 1-inch sensor. I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I get it right. 2.4 micron pixels on there, big size pixels. It does have an adjustable aperture, 2.8, f2.8 to f11. That's a big deal, that adjustable aperture. Focus range from 0.5 meter to infinity, and it does have autofocus. ISO range, this is huge. In video, it will go up to from 100 to 6400, but in night scene mode, they have a night mode that they're saying here up to 48,000 ISO. And then Shutter speed from an 8/1000th to 8 seconds. So it also has will give you portrait blur, so you can blur the background if you wish, and it has a defog mode. So if you've got a foggy day or smoke in the air or something, mist, you can put it in defog mode to clear things up. The digital zoom is amazing. It says up to 1.3 lossless zoom in 4K, 3 times in 1080p, but up to 16 times digital zoom. That's cropping in on the sensor. So photo format, it does shoot JPG and DNG. Photo resolution 5K, so 5472 by 3648 in 3.2, and it will do 16.9 as well as 4K photos, which is probably enough for most of us. And then it has all the different shooting modes, from single shot to burst shooting, AEB, etc., interval shooting, HDR imaging, etc. The video codec H.265 and H.264. Most of us are using H.265, more efficient codec. Video format, it says MP4 or MOV. So if you're working in the iOS system, you can use MOV. Video resolution, it says 6K video. That's really 5.4, and it'll shoot in 30 frames per second. 4K, it will shoot in up to 60 frames per second, which is a big deal. I'll give you those resolutions: 60, 50, 48, 30, 25, and 24. I know there's a lot of people that like to shoot in that cinematic 24. Now, in HDR mode, you're limited to 4K 30 frames per second. So that's okay. 120 megabit bit rate, that's a big deal. It's giving you a lot of information. It does have time-lapse, and it has panorama modes: horizontal, vertical, wide angle, and spherical. And yeah, it supports FAT32 and exFAT on the file system. 20 megabits per second Wi-Fi transfer, which is a big deal. So let's talk about the sensing for a second. You do have three-way. You've got front sensing. You got a couple of sensors, a couple of cameras on the back for sensors, and then we already talked about the bottom. So it's three-way obstacle avoidance, which is really all you need in most situations. Understand that you could fly sideways into something, so if you're in those automated flight modes, you'll want to keep that in mind. So a couple other things to be aware of. It's saying operating temperature on this guy from 0 degrees centigrade, so that's freezing, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, to up to 40 degrees centigrade, or Celsius, which is about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So keep that in mind. I suspect you could probably fly it in colder temperatures than that, but that's what they're saying in the specs. It does have the Skylink transmission system with the controller. We're familiar with this controller. Uses the Autel Sky app. Up to 1 kilometer away, you'll get 2.7K video back to your mobile device, so that's pretty amazing. Hey, so let's talk about the battery for a second here. You're going to get, this is a 6,175 milliamp battery. They're saying 40 minutes flight time. That's pretty good. I'm saying that's pretty substantial. One more thing, the drone does have 6 gigabytes of onboard storage in case you forget to put a micro SD card in there. And of course, you're going to want to use a high-speed card in this guy. And let's see what they give me here. They gave me a SanDisk Extreme. I got to be honest with you, I'm going to put a little faster card than that in there. This is saying a 60 megabit write speed. The drone says that it can transfer, that the video has 120 megabits in it. So you're going to want a little bit faster card than this guy. So then there's a number of automated shooting modes, just like what DJI does with their quick shots. And in fact, I think that's even what Autel calls it, as quick shots too. It's got a rocket, that's where it shoots straight up. It's got a fadeaway, which is like a droney. It's got an orbit shot, and it's got a flick, which is kind of like a helix, a little bit different. But those can be handy. You know, those automated shots do come in handy. And then we already talked about panorama. I can't remember, did I talk about the? I did a little bit. It's got the intelligent AI moonlight algorithm for night shots. I don't shoot a lot at night, but I know some people do, so that's a handy thing. A couple little other things that you might be interested in is it does, in the app, there is an editor built into the app. If you want to download video to your mobile device and then edit it in the app and post it to social media right away, you can. So speed of the drone I haven't talked about yet. So they're saying maximum ascent speed of 5 meters per second, so that's about 12 miles an hour. Descent speed about 8 meters per second, so that's about 9 or 10 miles an hour. And then level flight forward speed, it says 18 meters per second. That's right around 40 miles an hour. So this is a pretty quick, powerful drone. They're saying max wind resistance 12 meters per second. So that translates to about 25 miles an hour. So that means level 5 wind resistance. I'm willing to bet that this guy will do a little bit better than that. So that's about it for specs on the drone. Let's take a look at what else you get with the on-the-go bundle, as they're saying here, or the premium bundle if you buy it all in one. Okay, so here's the bag with the premium bundle, and it's pretty substantial. It's I'm going to say it's bigger than, you know, what we've seen with the likes of the Mavic Air, or excuse me, not the Mavic, the DJI Air 2S. So I've already unzipped it here. You can see inside there we got some accessories and so forth. So you got the charge hub here. That will charge 3 batteries at a time. Another accessory box. Let's pull that out, and we'll look at all the total amount of accessories together. But in this box, ND filters, more props, etc. And of course you've got 2 more batteries, so that gives you a total of 3 batteries for the whole kit. Let's see. Let's look at total number of props here. So I've got 6 packets here. So you've got basically a set and a half of clockwise and counterclockwise props. Hopefully you don't need these guys, but if some point you do, you've got them. So what you're going to do with this end of the charge brick is just plug it right into the hub here, like so. So then the batteries just slide onto the hub like that. And of course you've got a US plug that plugs into the charge brick. Comes with the 3 usual OTG cables. So it's USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to micro USB, and then USB-C to Lightning for your iPhone. They're also giving you a USB-A to USB-C cable that you can use to charge the controller with. If you're not familiar with this controller, it's a nice solid piece, very heavy duty. USB-C at the top there, that's where your OTG cable goes in and then goes to your mobile device. And on the bottom, there's a USB-C for charging. So they do include a set of ND filters. So you've got ND4 through ND32, although I'm going to say these are very useful for slowing down that shutter speed. But also remember, you do have variable aperture on this drone, so that you can change that aperture and achieve somewhat of the same effect, but pretty cool that they include that with the kit. So just give you a look inside the bag here. This is a nice high quality bag, and it's partitioned, and you can adjust those partitions as you see fit. I also just now noticed it's got another zippered compartment there, so kind of handy. All right, so I think we covered just about everything, and you got to see all what's in the premium bundle here. So it looks like my job right now is going to be peeling off a ton of stickers and charging some batteries, and I want to get this guy out and fly it. Now, it's snowing today in Idaho, so I don't know when I'm going to get out to get this guy out on his first flight, but hopefully that'll be soon. So that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. If you like this kind of video, please consider subscribing to my channel. But most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one, the Autel Evo Lite Plus. Can't wait to get this guy in the air. See you guys later. Bye now.